So anyway, I figured I would post a life update. It's been a little while since I've done one. For the last 2 years, I've been working at a company out of Las Vegas called MC Carrier, and up until this year, it's been a decent experience. About 4 or 5 months ago, they gave us a pay cut, and I got cut about 12 cents a mile, which doesn't sound like a lot to most people, but it adds up when you're driving multiple thousands of miles a week. I usually average about 3,300 miles a week, and that equals up to about $1,200 less a month in income. And in today's economy, that hurts. And and it seems like after that pay cut, I started getting dispatched on a lot of Mission Impossible loads. So some stuff went down today, and it all boils down to an incident that happened about 2 weeks ago. I was dispatched on a load out of Vegas that I picked up at 6 p.m. on a Saturday, and they were expecting me to get to Memphis, Tennessee by 8 a.m. on Monday. And that's about 1,700 miles, give or take. The only way I had a hope of even making it Monday morning was if I averaged at least 65 miles an hour. So I left Vegas and was coming into Williams, Arizona. And when you come into Williams, it's a big mountain. And I was going down that mountain about 65, 65-ish. And the weather was clear. There was no snow, no nothing. All the weather reports said it was clear into Amarillo, which, I was only going to make it probably to the beginning of New Mexico that night. And everything was clear. No indications of bad weather or anything. Anyhow, as I got down towards the bottom of the mountain, it started lightly snowing. It wasn't too bad. There was nothing major. The roads were clear. Long story short, a car on the westbound side of the freeway spun out of control, went into the median. This caused the driver of a truck that was in front of me to panic, and he slammed on his brakes and caused himself to jackknife. And he ended up taking out the truck that was beside him, and they came to a screeching halt. I would have been able to stop in time, but I chose not to because there were trucks behind me that were going really fast. In fact, trucks have been flying by me the whole time because it's 75 miles an hour in that area, and I was going 65. I could have, like I said, I could have come to a stop, but I would have been rear-ended by the trucks that were behind me. So I tried to go around the jackknife truck on the shoulder. I wasn't able to keep it. I ended up going off into the grass. Didn't jackknife, kept my truck straight, didn't roll, didn't cause really any damage to the truck. There was some minor cosmetic damage because I clipped the freeway exit sign. I'll include some pictures at the end of this video of what happened. But I was able to drive away. I didn't have to be towed. The cargo was fine. I was fine. Other than the little cosmetic damage on the truck from the freeway sign, there was no serious issues. I ended up making it to my delivery late, and I ended up sitting for a day, because that's what happens when you're late to a delivery. You sit. And sometimes it could be a day. I've had it last for as long as a week, and the company doesn't compensate you for that. You don't get paid if you're late to the delivery. So you eat those costs, and I have been struggling ever since the pay cut, because I went from earning about $1,800 to $2,000 a week to being lucky to get $800 a week. And that sounds like a lot of money to most people, but when you factor in the fact that I work 70 hours a week, 80 hours a week, week in, week out, and living on the road is expensive because it's not like I have a full kitchen or a full-size refrigerator in this truck. I can't, food adds up. I usually spend between $30 and $40 a day on food, just to keep myself fed. And, over the course of a week, that's $400, $300. I mean, that's a lot of money. And then I have other expenses like internet, cell phone, whatnot. Just it all adds up. So I was struggling pretty hard. Plus, inflation and whatnot, taking care of stuff at home, being able to have money to give to my better half, support my family and whatnot. It gets really expensive. And yeah, I took a risk. I went a little fast, but honestly, the speed had nothing to do with what happened. Like I said, this was 2 weeks ago. I went home in between, and everything seemed hunky dory. I was told that I'd have to have a discussion with the owner of the company when I got back to Vegas, but everyone assured me that I wasn't going to get fired. It was no big deal. They just had to have a meeting with me because, insurance or whatnot. So today I got into Vegas. Well, actually, I got here last night, and 9:30 in the morning they called me up, said, "Hey, the owner of the company's here. He's wants to talk to you." So I was like, "Okay." I went in there. Immediately, as soon as they closed the door, he said, "We've decided to terminate our employment of you," and didn't even give me a chance to discuss it. Wouldn't talk to me. Wouldn't hear anything. Just straight up goodbye. And like I said, they're completely fixated on the fact that I was going 65 miles an hour. But I mean, what else was I supposed to do? I mean, the conditions were clear. It wasn't that bad. It didn't start snowing until I got to the bottom of the mountain. And like I said, speed had nothing to do with my accident. I could have stopped, but I chose not to. So I don't know. I don't know what to do in this situation. I did get a citation. They gave me a citation for speed and excessive speed for conditions or whatever. But I've talked with my attorney, and he's completely sure that they'll have it dismissed. So it won't be on my record, but the court date isn't until the 17th, so we'll see what happens with that. But I know until I get that dealt with, it's going to be an issue with getting another trucking job. And anyhow, my dad's coming down from Salt Lake to come pick me up, and I'm in the process right now of loading everything up in the truck and getting everything packed away. So when my dad gets here, I'll be able to transfer it over to his pickup. And then I'm going to go up to his place. And he's been having some troubles. He recently got diagnosed with cancer, and he's been dealing with that. So I'm going to help him out with some of this paperwork and whatnot. And we'll figure out getting me home. And then when I get home, I'm going to sit down and think hard about what I'm going to do. Because this over-the-road stuff, it's killing me. At one point, about a year ago, I had gotten up to, over 450 pounds, and just due to the lifestyle and me being a diabetic and whatnot. Since then, I've gotten down to about 370 pounds. I've been doing better, but that's because I had medical insurance finally, and I was getting my medicines and doing my treatments and whatnot. But that's going to end now because I don't have insurance anymore. So. I don't know. I'm just tired of it. I've been doing it 11 years. It seems like I'm barely treading water. And with the way these companies are these days, and the way they'll just throw you under the bus with a drop of a hat. I mean, I've been with this company for 2 years. Everybody likes me. Everything's been going well. There haven't been any serious issues. This was the first incident I've really had. And immediately they just terminate me. It's ridiculous. So I don't know. Anyhow, figured, like I said, I would post this update, let everyone know how it's going, and I'll try to post some more videos in the future. I'll definitely keep you guys updated as to what's going on, and hopefully things get better, but that's where I'm at right now. So until next time, 7 threes, Riverside down, shiny side up, all that jazz.